They say social media success is a long and hectic journey, from being an unknown person getting 10 views to a famous creator loved by millions. But in some rare occasions, there is a handful of people that just skip through the whole process and go insanely viral because of just one clip. From the Hawk Tuah girl to the viral 11-year-old rapper kid. This is how one clip made these people insanely famous. Starting with the Hawk Tuah girl. Hailey Welch was a normal girl just a couple of weeks ago, but 2 words changed the course of her life forever. And now, well, she's the Hawk Tuah girl. Tim and DTV are 2 guys that create normal street interview style content. But one interview in particular stood out from the pack. While filming a casual video, he met 2 girls and started asking them intimate questions. One question led to another, and we got the iconic clip. Immediately, the clip went mega viral on social media, getting hundreds of millions of views on every single platform. The Hawk Tuah girl, which was later known to be named Hailey Welch, took over the internet, and her one-liner became global. Suddenly, every single media outlet was talking about it. Logan Paul said it in a WWE match, Joe Rogan talked about it on his podcast, it became a meme, merch started to pop up, and the thing went crazy. During the whole craze, Hailey stayed silent, but then finally made her accounts public on social media, gaining over 900,000 followers immediately and on her way up to 1 million. She also came out in an interview for the first time, talking about the whole thing on the Plan B podcast, which now has over 2 million views. First, she talked about the awesome things that had happened to her because of this clip. She quit her job at the Spring Factory in Tennessee, and she got over her stage fright and sang in front of 80,000 people with Zach Bryan. But she also talked about the not so great things that have happened. One of them being the paparazzi that are always at her front door, being constantly asked if she has an OF account, which she assures that she does not and will not ever have, and the fact that so many people made Hawk Tuah merch that she didn't even approve and isn't making a penny out of. And in the Plan B podcast, she went into more details about the change that suddenly happened in her life because of that clip. Her videos on Instagram all have over 10 million views. She launched her own Hawk Tuah 2024 official merch line and starting a podcast to further bank on the success of the viral clip. Suddenly, Hailey went from an unknown Tennessee girl to arguably one of the most famous girls in the world at the moment. And who knows, this could be the start of a long and successful career for the Hawk Tuah girl. Or she will ride the virality wave for 6 months and fall off after everyone forgets about the Hawk Tuah and moves on to the next viral trend. Much like what happened with the cranberry drinking skateboarder. Nathan, also known as 420 Dogface 208, was just a normal dude working at a potato factory in Idaho, where a single TikTok changed his life, at least for a couple of months. When Nathan uploaded this short clip, he never knew what was going to happen. His car broke down on his way to work and had to use his skateboard, but he didn't see it as a bad thing. He was just enjoying life, skateboarding on the open highway, listening to his favorite artist, and drinking out of a large gallon of Ocean Spray cranberry juice. But little did he know, this short clip would become one of the most watched clips and turn his life upside down. And surely enough, after posting, the clip went mega viral, getting over 90 million views and over 10 million likes on TikTok. And everybody suddenly knew who Nathan is. Ocean Spray sales went through the roof and a whole new life was built for Nathan. The clip came at a time where people were having a hard time dealing with life in 2020. The clip was a breath of fresh air, showing a carefree Nathan cruising down the road drinking cranberry juice, not thinking about anything, and it made people realize the life they should be living. The clip landed him a partnership deal with Ocean Spray and got him a brand new red 2020 Nissan Titan Pro 4X with a trunk full of Ocean Spray cranberry juice. Once we saw his video, we knew we wanted to gift Nathan with something meaningful to him, and yesterday delivered a cranberry red truck full of Ocean Spray. We can't wait to see him driving it around as he listens to his tunes, Tom Hayes, CEO of Ocean Spray, said. When asked about his life before and after fame, his answer was quite humble. I feel the same. Like I said, I have no problem going back to the warehouse and work. That's what I do. I'm a worker. I've always worked. Nathan rode the viral wave for a good couple of months and enjoyed the fame life. But then it ended and we never heard from him again. Even though Nathan's TikTok account sits at over 7 million followers and his Instagram at over 2.3 million followers, when people got over the viral video and moved on to a new trend, he was left behind. Today, his account is barely active, only getting a couple thousand views per video, unable to ride on his 15 seconds of virality in an actual sustainable way. Views stop pouring in, money stops pouring in, and suddenly, life goes back to normal. And this is the trend when it comes to sudden virality. It is very short term, and the chances of someone actually riding the virality trend and turning it into a long and sustainable career is very slim. But it does actually happen. It happened to Poarch. Bella was just a regular American Filipino girl doing the usual TikToks, whether it's dancing, lip syncing, or hopping on the platform trends. But one particular video blew up like crazy, becoming one of the most watched and most liked video of that year for reasons many of the general public still don't understand why. Bella Poarch's TikTok account became famous after she posted a zoomed-in video of herself lip-syncing to the British rap song M to the B while bopping her head and making funny facial expressions. The video blew up, becoming one of the most liked posts on the platform. She then followed it up with similar style videos to different sounds. This sparked a massive growth in Bella's account. Millions of people found her to be the most charming human ever, while millions of others are still wondering till this day why the video got so many views. But regardless, this was the moment Bella got to skyrocket to fame. Suddenly, because of one video, Bella became one of the most famous TikTokers in the world, collabing with the biggest mainstream stars like Justin Bieber and working with some of the biggest brands in the world. Bella was one of the very few that actually knew how to take advantage of the sudden virality in order to build a long and sustainable career. She used the newfound attention to kickstart her music career. She signed with Warner Records and released her first single called Poarch, which has been used over 4 million times on TikTok, and the music video has over 416 million views on YouTube. In 2021, she was even nominated for the MTV Millennial Awards as a global creator and the MTV Video Music Awards for her Build the music video. She continued to release multiple other records that also gained huge attention due to her large presence on social media. Even though today she isn't making as many headlines as she used to, her account still has over 90 million followers on TikTok and consistently gets millions of views on her videos. It is safe to say that things went to the right direction for Bella Poarch, and she's one of the few that actually gained a career out of one viral moment and knew how to navigate it instead of falling off a couple of months later. But the same can be said about Backpack Kid. Remember him? Well, you probably don't remember the kid, but you definitely remember his signature dance that propelled him to insane fame, the floss. Russell Horning, also known as the Backpack Kid, was a normal kid that posts funny videos and dances on Instagram while having a serious face and a backpack in all of his videos. One moment, however, changed his career forever, and that was when Rihanna posted his account on Instagram and gave him a shoutout. The shoutout gave him the initial boost, but it wasn't until Katy Perry took note of his account and ended up featuring him in one of her performances on Saturday Night Live, where he was seen doing the floss, and Russell really shot up in fame. After this performance, everybody was doing the floss, and the Backpack Kid even featured in Katy Perry's song Swish Swish. He kept on uploading content to his Instagram profile, tagging Rihanna and Katy Perry, an act which the internet considers as trying too hard to stay relevant. He became incredibly famous overnight and was the highlight of the internet in 2016-2017. And that same year, he mentioned that he worked with multiple big brands and made over 6 figures in ad revenue straight to his bank account. Russell definitely rode the fame train successfully, as his dance became so relevant that even Fortnite added it to their emotes list. When Russell's mother saw what Epic Games did, she filed a lawsuit against Fortnite for including the floss dance in the game. However, the lawsuit was dismissed because the dance wasn't registered to the Backpack Kid anyway. That very year, he released his second song, Flossing, with DJ Suede. This song of his didn't sit well with the crowd, unlike his first song, Too Lit, and his popularity has been on a downward spiral since then. Currently, the Backpack Kid has over 5 million followers on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok combined, but his views, however, are nowhere near what they were, barely getting a couple thousand views on each video. What was once an iconic dance tied to an iconic Backpack Kid is now just part of internet history. It just goes to show how hard it is to actually create content that is consistently watched by people over the years and keeps the creator relevant for a long time. One viral clip sometimes just doesn't cut it. Some creators, however, do the impossible to stay relevant and relive their once was fame, going as far as faking their death just to keep people talking. That's what happened to the viral 9-year-old rapper called Lil Tay. Lil Tay, whose real name is Claire Hope, went viral in 2018 after posting content online where her internet persona would boast about being a billionaire who was on the top of the rap game. Obviously, seeing a 9-year-old girl sitting in a Ferrari with stacks of cash in her hands, boasting about how she's the real deal and flaunting her money and success is going to attract a lot of attention, and this is exactly what happened. Her videos, made with the help of her brother Jason Tian, who was 16 at the time, started to go insanely viral on social media, and Lil Tay was one of the most famous 9-year-olds on the platform. That year was her year, as she started getting millions of followers on social media, and her fame grew larger every day. Even though she was insanely famous, many allegations came out regarding the nature of her persona and presence online. Several videos went viral, apparently showing Tay's teenage brother feeding her lines and telling her exactly what to say and how to act, supporting concerns she was being used by her family to stir drama and make money. Her mother, Angela Tian, a Vancouver real estate agent, was also reportedly fired for using her boss's car and rental apartments as backdrops and props in her videos. She stayed relevant for quite some time after disappearing completely in 2018. Multiple small appearances kept Lil Tay floating on news headlines, especially with news about her parents fighting about the direction to take with their daughter's fame. Issues started to go public between her father and mother, with lawsuits being filed and multiple abuse accusations from both sides. Things stayed quiet for a while, until Lil Tay's Instagram account was updated after 2 years of inactivity with a post announcing that she has died. This news made worldwide headlines. Regardless of her rash behavior and online persona, hearing the news of a 12-year-old girl passing away is never good. But just a couple of days later, Tay provided a statement confirming that her account was hacked, that she and her brother are alive, and that her actual name is Tay and not Claire Hope. And on September 30th, a few weeks after the incident, she released her lead single, Sucker for Green, from her upcoming debut studio album. Now, was this all made to get Lil Tay's name in headlines and build hype for her song, or was her account actually hacked? We will never know. Regardless of the events of her career, one clip made her insanely famous, and she banked on the fame to build a whole new career.